Welcome back. Very excited for today. This is my first actual ride with the Pivot Shuttle AM I just received in the mail as a review bike. Ooh, nice, we got torque. Okay, whoa, oh my gosh. I did not expect to be able to climb up that. That is like an absolute wall of dirt back there. Okay, anyway, climbing to the top here. I am in the green mode, which seems to be the least power, and I haven't messed with it yet, but seems to be set extremely strong and torquey. But yeah, just boosted up the road with this thing. This bike came with the Fox fancy factory suspension with the new 36 with the Grip X2 damper, is it? Which is feeling real promising. Wow. Very excited, very quiet compared to the old stuff too. Another just super steep section, and I am just motoring up it. Oh my gosh. I usually have to walk up this on the analog bike. Okay, getting bumpy here. We're holding traction. Dang. Well, this is fun. What a good start. Just rock crawling up this stuff. Oh. This section is like a seriously messed up climb. I think if the wheel wouldn't have spun, would have got it. Well, I'm breathing hard, so that's a good sign. Still getting somewhat of a workout here. I have gone on e-bikes before where you like e-bike rides before, where you just like ride some absolutely unrollable trail like for an analog bike. And if you attempt it on an e-bike, it's a good workout. Core burner, lung burner. Yeah, it's a hard sell to take the analog bike up this way, but it feels amazing on this thing right now. Such a beautiful little ridge trail too. So yeah, I am very stoked to try this bike out. Definitely one that I had my eye on. All my friends whose opinions I respect seem to be of the mindset that they want to like get the longest travel, gnarliest e-bikes for around here, whereas this is 160 in the front, 148 rear. But I'm very optimistic I'm gonna love this bike because the weight of these e-bikes just solves so many problems that plague mountain bikes, just being so lightweight. And that lightweight just doesn't allow the tires to drive into stuff as hard, or you know, to get into the damping circuits better, which is something I know from my motorbike. It's like, I'm sure that thing has like very not as nice suspension as the top end mountain bike stuff. And yet it like doesn't beat my hands up at all because of the weight. Yeah, dropping in here to the top already. I forgot to look, but it looked like it was probably gonna take me 20 minutes to climb something that would take me maybe like 45 minutes on the analog bike. Phew. Still have to do some suspension setup and whatever, but good to just feel what this bike is feeling like currently. Feels like the brakes are very impressively strong, I'll tell you that. But definitely a bit to adjust to with like the weight and just the ride characteristics of the bigger bikes. But I will say for an e-bike, holy buckets, this thing seems super light to me. Oh yeah, okay. I think I can already feel the difference from messing with that tire pressure. Getting it dialed in. Apparently those roots are real gnarly today. I was like, well, I don't know, maybe the weight of the e-bike will fix that. Not necessarily. Probably should start small with this thing, and work into it. I can't believe how good these brakes feel. So these are just Shimano. Wow, things seem real slippery today. These are just Shimano XT brakes, which I love. Team Shimano for sure. But they have some sort of red pads in these, which I'm not sure what kind of red pads those are yet. But these things seem seriously grippy and powerful. And I don't know what the story is yet, because they're just running the 203 Ice Tech rotors on this. And maybe that's all. Maybe it's just been too long since I rode the Ice Techs. But yeah, interesting. Brakes feel like seriously enough for the bigger bike right now, which is very exciting. Just slashed the rear end out there, which is exactly what I want in an e-bike, is to be able to throw it around. Woo! Yeah, it's an interesting feeling so far. It's like I can feel that mass, but I also feel like a nice quick ramp up of suspension. It's a colder day, so I think the tires are struggling a little bit to find grip more than usual. Kind of wish I had my Dirty Dan Hun here for today, but this is a great first test, and letting a little pressure out. That front end is sticking a lot better. Just been so spoiled with the Schwalbe purple rubber lately. Wow, yeah, this is a very maneuverable e-bike. I believe we have the full size, like 750 watt hour battery on this puppy. So far, it feels like this is what I was kind of searching for on an e-bike. I like my bikes to feel fairly pumpy, responsive. Like, that's what I love about mountain biking. I don't necessarily just want to hang on and punch through stuff. You know, sometimes I'm in the mood for that. Wow, yeah, I am able to generate pop pretty easily, considering I have like how many pound weight penalty of that battery. Sounds like Bosch made those new batteries lighter. This is the CX motor, which I'm new to the e-bike world, but believe that's the latest kit. And from what I understand, people like the Bosch most. But leave in the comments which motor you'd prefer, because I am new to the e-bike world. So I don't quite claim to be an expert yet. Yee! I feel like I had to take it a little bit easier through there. I think I'm a little timid. Just like, oh, am I able to brake, like slow this bike down the way that I want to? And like, is it gonna maneuver quickly the way I need it to? So I feel like I'm a little timid, but it does have that punch through effect of like the weight, but somehow super easy to pop and maneuver this bike so far. It does, I thought maybe it would feel like just like my Firebird because of the weight, even though it has less suspension, but it does feel like I can feel the shortness of that stroke and the pop and the kind of more switchblade feeling setup. So that's quite interesting. But then as far as like hand wrist fatigue, it does feel a little closer to the Firebird. But there's more of a difference than I kind of thought there might be. Yeah, and mind you, this is dropping in cold. First time with a new bike, just with where I'm at with parenting a 5-week-old. Don't have as much time as I would prefer to get out, and so I am bringing you guys with for the setup ride. Bike felt really bottomless there, just slashed that rear end, which is so cool. I can't believe how much I'm able to slash that rear end around on this thing. Yee! Just went for the kind of scary high line back there. Very good sign for being comfortable with the bike. Okay, that right there is a great test as well. That's a very like jarring section that you kind of just have to send it into, and I'd say that felt less jarring than the Firebird. Wow, super easy to make that tight corner too. That kind of blows my mind. Very cool. Yeah, I mean, I would have taken any e-bike they would have given me, obviously, but I kind of had a slight preference to try this bike out, to see if my theory of like more weight, that was weird, more weight with less suspension would feel more maneuverable. Something, the way the tires interact with the weight and the bike feels a little different. Like I went to kind of do a stoppie there and the front tire skidded instead. So gotta learn the ways of the e-bike, and I definitely don't have a ton of time on e-bikes because I'm just kind of a purist. Just feel like I need, my peace and quiet accompanied with a workout. But now is a great period of my life to try new things out. Wow, yeah, front tires sliding out today. Gotta take it easy. Yo. I don't know if that's just the cold temperatures. That might just be the cold. Oh wow, feels so good around that corner. Unbelievable. Feels great through this straight chunk right here. Wow, light enough to just be able to pull this thing up. And I don't have like the strongest arms right now. Still coming back from my never-ending elbow injury. But wow. Yeah, what's the temperature right now? 40. So I think we're dealing with tire compound that got a little harder. Just 3C Max Terra, which is great compound, but just might be a little slick today. Gotta remember there's like a blown out corner down here from some wind damage. Take it easy, don't want to go flying off with my new bike. Yeah, the fact that Pivot was willing to send this bike is so cool. It means the channel's growing. People see promise in pouring some resources, lending out a bike. So cool to see. I do have a decent relationship with Pivot. I've shot ads for them before. And just big Dave Weagle bike guy. So when the Pivot first showed up at the Free Hub office, it was an easy sell for me. Just past that blown out corner. Yo. Woo. Wow. Yeah, the bike is feeling like that weight is definitely settling things out. And I am definitely not, getting beat up too bad. Definitely able to pop that bike. This bike in general, just like really well. I don't know how much lighter this is than like a low-end brand alloy e-bike, but maybe it's just the short shock stroke that I'm able to ramp into it, generate some pop. I want to do a deeper dive into the new Fox Grip X2 damping because I'm loving it and I'm so happy. All of the normal OEM options on the market now are super awesome. Yeah, even if this came with the last generation dampers, I did feel like the weight of the e-bike helps to make that Fox suspension so much better. But to have that fast rebound I love with a real silky compression circuit, super light compression, I can just dial that back on a day like today and just try to find as much grip as I can. Bike feels super comfortable. Feels super good to just pedal with the assistance of that motor. Just makes the thighs feel real good. Superhuman. Man, yeah, I'm able to maneuver this bike like so well. Just so new to the e-bike scene. I don't know how much lighter this new Bosch system is and all the things, but whatever it is, this really does feel like some sort of switchblade variant. So sick. Yeah, I feel like I just pumped through the majority of the stroke right back then. Yeah, it's funny, there's certain things I feel super comfortable pulling for and certain things I don't. But better to start out easy with this rig, Yo, first ride on this bike, extremely stoked. Not quite as bottomless feeling as I thought the weight might make it feel. It is much more short stroke feeling, but that might just be what I need to get the feeling out of an e-bike that I've been looking for. Phew. So if you want more updates on riding this bike, I'll just be riding it on and off for a while now, providing updates. Yeah, if you want more updates and information, subscribe to the channel. And any questions, fire them off in the comments. I'm still an analog guy. I'm a dad, so we're gonna explore what it's like to have less free time to ride. Maybe it'll push me into riding the e-bike more. One thing I have been thinking is like, maybe I can ride the e-bike, see how good of a workout it is, but then supplement with running, which I'd like to do more of anyway. But yeah, so far, wow, incredible first impressions. We're talking, your boy did a curb test, aired everything up, built it up safely, and then just sent it down, double down. So you guys didn't miss anything. With that, I'm out.